beach ban remains, but this lunchtime one politician is accusing the government of double standards because, well, we still have to queue to get car licences. I want to talk now to Tim Brauteseth from the Democratic Alliance, who has levelled the criticism. Good afternoon to you and welcome. So you're calling now for a grace period of licences, this grace period to be extended. I'm wondering whether you've had any response to that.
Jeremy, yes, the response has been overwhelming. This is an issue that is making South Africans very, very angry. We're in a crisis situation at the moment with the second wave of the pandemic. And in a crisis situation, you need to find common sense solutions. So we are encouraged that the minister seems on Twitter to have said that he is considering it. But at the same time, it makes absolutely no sense to ban people from beaches and parks, but allow them to queue in crowded post offices and licensing authorities to renew vehicle licenses. Now, we're happy that the driver's license cards have been extended until the end of August this year, but the same should be done for driver's license disc renewals as an interim measure. And then we also call on the minister to urgently investigate the possibility, as we are already doing in Cape Town, to go online with vehicle license renewals. So this is a crazy time. It's a crisis time. We need to find common sense solutions and not do things that contradict themselves.
Isn't the single biggest problem here, in spite of those recommendations, which do make sense, that we simply don't have the technology to do it?
The technology is there, Jeremy. The license disc at the moment is already barcoded. And what other countries around the world are doing is that when you buy a vehicle for the first time, you get a license disc or even a number plate that is barcoded, and that is a license disc or a number plate for life for the vehicle. And the vehicle then continues with that documentation, and every year you receive a reminder from the system, you pay the license fees, and the information on the barcode is updated. So when a traffic official or a police official inspects the vehicle, they scan the barcode as we are used to entering many areas in South Africa, and they find that the license is updated. So there's no need to get a new piece of paper every year. That is something that we are looking at in the Western Cape as a way forward, but it certainly is a modern and efficient way of doing it, and it's being done in other countries. So the technology does exist.
Still wearing
it might not take every queues, but it certainly will reduce the queues greatly.
Right. Still wearing your transport hat, but on another issue, the closure of land borders last night announced by President Ramaphosa. Is this the right move, but too late? What's your view?
Well, look, the closure of land borders is, we welcome the fact that cargo can still move across borders. That's very important from a transport point of view to provide South Africans with essential requirements and otherwise. I think the issue of land borders closing is vital because of the fact that the massive gatherings that are taking around those borders, and also to stem the flow of people in and out of South Africa and try and take a hold of the pandemic. There are certain exemptions which we welcome, which are common sense exemptions, but I think that at the moment South Africa needs to be as careful as we possibly can to try and counter the second wave of the pandemic.
But the road freight industry has certainly been decimated. I've seen figures of something like 3 billion rand in losses after the chaos, for instance, at the Beitbridge border post.
Well, but the problem is that is a Home Affairs issue, 100%. The chaos at the border post is of the making of folks trying to come across the borders. We cannot, I would imagine, cannot allow people to stream into the country with no idea whatsoever what their COVID status is. And so we need to have a balance once again between lives and livelihoods.
Thank you for joining us in Cape Town. Tim Brauteseth from the Democratic Alliance. He speaks on transport matters.